TSU head coach Reggie Barlow. Team coming off a loss at Eastern Illinois last week. Back in action this week. They will be at Southeast Missouri on Saturday. So, Coach, just some thoughts about your team, and then we'll go to some questions.
Yeah, we obviously traveled to Eastern Illinois to go up against a really good team, well coached, had some momentum going, and didn't come out the way that we wanted it. Just too many mistakes, too many costly penalties, and they had the thing rolling. So unfortunately, it didn't come out the way that we wanted it. Still extremely proud of our team. Guys played hard. Guys still ran to the ball, compete to the very end. And that's something to build on. And of course, this week here, new opponent, conference play here again on the road. So we'll get our team ready to go. We'll travel and go and play against a good SEMO team.
Thank you, Coach. We'll go to some questions. Mike Organ is with us. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Coach. You've played 2 conference games, and you've already started preparation on a third. Is the OVC about what you expected it to be when you accepted this job? The competition, home and away.
Yeah, I mean, Mike. I grew up in the SWAC conference, and that conference has a lot of parity. There's some teams that's not up to snuff, but this conference here, I've always kind of admired from afar in terms of the teams. And obviously, there are some teams that have left. Me being from Alabama when Jacksonville State was in this conference, but it's a solid conference. A lot of well-coached teams, and some really good players. So it is a strong conference, and but still happy and proud to be a part of it. And we just got to keep shooting our shot.
And my only other question would be, struggled in the running game last week, and it's kind of predicates your offense. What do you do to get the run game going?
Yeah, I mean, we have Kendrick Rhymes and Simmons Brown, two really good running backs. Sometimes, we live in the RPO world, and rather than having as many RPOs, where where the defense may dictate where the ball goes, just have more called runs, and that way we know. Kendrick will get his carries, and Simmons Brown will get his carries, and even quarterback runs. So we'll be working on that. We do know how important the run game is to our success, and we just got to be extremely intentional about being able to run the ball this week.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Coach, it was your first road game. Did your team learn anything about playing on the road last week?
One of the pleasure things about being a head coach, or for me, is, after I was coaching up in the pro league there, we flew everywhere, but I like bus trips with our team. It's something about our team, practicing all week, getting the game plan together, and then of course hopping on the bus and traveling together. That family, that togetherness. The whole logistics of all of it. But I thought our players managed it well. I thought our support staff managed it well. And, we're looking forward to being on the road again.
What can you tell us a little bit more about SEMO? And they've had some injuries at their quarterback position, and they played a really tough schedule this season.
Yeah, I mean, SEMO, they've had their bumps there. Obviously, man, when you lose your starting quarterback, it's never fun. And then to lose the guy who was a backup quarterback who, probably could start for a lot of teams, to lose both, man, you feel for that team. But they are resilient. They have a really good coach, and, the supporting staff, the supporting players on that team obviously will have to step up for them. And, But they're a good team, really good on special teams. They got good returners. They got some key playmakers at the wide receiver position. So, it's OVC play, man. So we'll have our work cut out for us. We'll go up and after having a good plan put together, we'll go up and go and compete against those guys.
They had the injuries and they had an open date. Is it maybe harder to prepare for something? They may do something you haven't seen offensively with, their third string quarterback. Does that make it a little more difficult?
Yeah, there's a chance. Obviously we've talked about that. And as well as, there may be a gadget guy, a guy who, is able to do the wildcat stuff and all that. So we just have to have a plan. We've looked up the third string quarterback, who is still a good player. And we've looked up him and his talent and, things that he's done. And we'll be prepared for, anything that just may happen.
Last question, we'll let you go. Tell me about from your team, James Stewart. He had 7 tackles, 3 of them were for loss in the EIU game. I want you to comment on him if you could.
Yeah, James Stewart is, there's a word we use around here, or we talk about, and that's match me. And if we all, players, coaches, everybody could match James Stewart, we'll be so much better. He's a guy that practiced the right way, has a positive attitude. He's a leader on our team. He makes plays. He's a tough out. One-on-one matchups, then he's gonna, probably have some success there. But teams are, chipping him and all that type of stuff. But he's a tough football player. I'm just so happy and humbled that we get a chance to coach him. And he's had a lot of scouts come through here and ask about him. But he's a solid football player, loves playing the game, plays it the right way. And we're just looking forward to him to continue doing the things that he's doing.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you as always. Best of luck this week, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Yes, sir. Go Tigers.